Today we're going to be putting the biodynamic preps inside the compost pile. These preparations are going to be inserted in the pile in homeopathic quantities, which are going to help with the fermentation process from manure, compost to humus, which is what we're looking for to be able to incorporate in the soil and bring the soil back to life. These preparations are numbered 502 to 507. From 502 to 506, they are basically flower. For the most part, they are flower or herbal preparations. All of them have a certain purpose within the compost pile, which are going to help with the fermentation process itself. And the number 507, which is valerian, this comes in the form of liquid, and this is going to be especially useful to prevent any damage to the fermentation process. So it's going to keep it healthy. And in order to apply the valerian preparation, we have to dynamize it. Dynamization means that we're going to try to create a vortex of water in the water, and we're going to do it for 10 minutes, and in between that we're going to, once we have the vortex, we're going to reverse it. And what's going to happen is that the water, the idea is for the water to get into connection or get an affinity for the valerian. And this is going to create the forces come together, and that's going to get applied into the compost pile. Now these are, like I said again, these are applied in homeopathic quantities. About 3 milliliters of valerian liquid is going to be enough for 50 tons of compost, just to give you an idea. So we incorporate the valerian liquid in there, and I'm going to start creating a vortex, which is going to last, the dynamization is going to last 10 minutes. Once you get to the bottom of the root, then you reverse very abruptly and you start again. So the purpose of dynamizing is to create a connection between the water and what you're trying to dynamize, in this case the valerian flower. On top of that, we're trying to create a connection between the human being, us, whoever is doing this, and the preparation itself. And that affinity is going to translate itself in the compost pile at the end. Mandina, what are you doing right now?
And I'm digging holes for the biodynamic compost press. Preps? Preps. Got Eddie with me. We're tag teaming this pile, getting it done.
Okay, so here we have our fabulous compost pile. We have 2 of them going on right now. They're about 50 tons of compost. And so in order to help with the fermentation process of going from just manure and pumice that we have here to humus, we are going to introduce these biodynamic preparations, which are number 502 to 507. So we have yarrow, dandelion, oak bark, nettle, and chamomile. So each one of them is going to have a specific role in helping the fermentation process of the compost pile. But at the end, they all have the same purpose, which is help bring a healthy fermentation and bring in some of the good energy. So these preparations are going to be incorporated in the pile in homeopathic quantities, very small quantities. This is not about quantity, it's about quality, really. So these are about 1 gram is going to treat about 15 tons of compost. That gives you an idea of how little you need. It's really tiny amount. Hola. Amanda, what are you doing?
Looking for the hole.
Don't lose the hole.
I found it.
Okay. Amanda, can you tell me what you're doing right now?
I'm putting the chamomile preparation, BD number 503, into this hole in the compost pile. Here I go.
There you go. How much are you putting?
1 teaspoon per hole.
Well, so we already finished putting the biodynamic preps in the compost pile, and the last thing that we have to do is spray the valerian flower in the form of liquid. That was dynamized for 10 minutes in water, and right now Eddie is going to spray that on the compost pile. And so the idea is that valerian bears an affinity with phosphorus, and so it's going to make the phosphorus in the compost pile be incorporated better in the soil after the compost is turned into the soil. So that's the idea.